Which Trump just up and fired Jeff Sessions. Now, that's a decision that could derail Bob Mueller's Russia investigation, which could lead to a full-blown constitutional crisis. And what else? Oh, and by the way, we had a major midterm election with the votes still being counted in some of the big races. And all of this happened literally just in the past few days. So I'm still trying to make sense of all this stuff. But here's where I am. I see new reasons for real concern about our country and new reasons for hope. Now, on the concern side, Trump is acting less and less like a traditional U.S. president or any leader in a Western democracy. Instead, he's acting more and more like an authoritarian strongman. Now, here's my evidence. First, he's trying to use his influence to sway our free and our fair elections by calling regular, ongoing ballot counting in Florida a disgrace. A disgrace. Why? Look, it seems like he's upset that a full vote count might derail his hand-picked leaders down there at the province level, like Brian Kemp in Georgia or DeSantis in Florida. And before that, Trump was going all over the country barnstorming, using lies and fear-mongering to whip up his supporters into a frenzy. That sounds more like Hugo Chavez than Ronald Reagan. Now, next step for authoritarians. You got to crush or co-opt any center of power that's not under your control. And Trump is following that plan too. He's attacking the media, punishing and putting down reporters just for asking tough questions. He's trying to capture and curb the national police, for us that's the FBI, Department of Justice, by putting them under his control, putting a stronger loyalist there. He's packing the courts. He's threatening war against a co-equal branch of government, Congress, which will soon be controlled by the opposition party. If they dare to fulfill their constitutional duty as a check on the president, it's a war footing. This sounds like Putin's playbook, right out of Putin's playbook. Now, these are the foundations of our democracy, and instead of protecting them, the president is consistently undermining them. And unfortunately, Trumpism is real, and it's working. The Republicans actually made some gains in the Senate, and the ones that won are more like Trump. The moderates wound up getting booted out. So that's the negative part. But on the hope side, folks, the opposition is real too. Now, to stay with this metaphor, we've got a beautiful, determined pro-democracy movement inside the United States. And it just proved that it can elect courageous champions in every corner of our country. You remember the Women's March, all those people who were marching almost 2 years ago? This week, tens of millions of Americans marched into polling booths and ended one-party rule in Washington, D.C. That is the first step toward hopefully restoring some balance and some sanity to our country. And I also think that in the end, this blue wave was actually bigger and bluer than it looked like at first. Republican gerrymandering actually ensured that Democrats got fewer seats than they would have gotten if the districts were drawn fairly. But when you look at the numbers, on a percentage basis of the popular vote, this win was actually bigger than the Tea Party wave in 2010. Also, voters passed positive ballot measures, Medicaid expansion, medical marijuana, criminal justice reform, even in red states. And perhaps most exciting, this week's Rainbow Wave elected more than 100 women of every color and creed to the U.S. Congress. So we're going to meet a couple of them right now. Please welcome to the Van Jones Show, my reason for hope, newly elected congresspeople and leaders in America's pro-democracy movement from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Chrissy Houlihan and Mary Gay Scanlon.